So, this is CJ from the Red-Headed Zombie Show, and I am standing here with Atlas Genius. So if you guys could say hey.
Hello. How you doing? How you doing?
And over there.
And crew.
You guys just played an awesome set.
Thank you.
It was great. And like, can you tell me a little bit about yourselves?
We're brothers for starters.
Okay.
So I guess that's a notable thing. We're from Australia. I'll shut this door because these guys are... Everybody's talking.
You'd be quiet too.
Keep it down, guys. We're talking here.
You guys are so polite.
Shush, guys. Oi, shush.
We're talking. Okay. So we're from Australia.
Okay.
And we've been touring over here for pretty much the last 8 months.
August.
Since
Start of
August.
August last year.
We had a couple of weeks off in the middle, but it's pretty much been, like 6 or 7 months over here.
So what got you guys like over here? Like,
to boil it all down, what happened was we started getting radio play, and then on Alt Nation, and then that sort of spread to other stations, and we signed with Warner Brothers America in April. So it's getting close to a year, and we finished the album, and then we started touring over here. So it's been a sort of a progression of getting some radio play, signing with a label, finishing our album, and then and doing 1 million shows in America.
so how do you feel the music scene in Australia is compared to America?
I think America has a healthier scene in some respects, in that I think that it's a lot easier to tour viably over here because you can play shows, every couple of hours. You're in a big city, you can kind of, whereas in Australia everything is so spread out, so you have to drive like 10, 15 hours between cities. And that's just, with the price of fuel and everything, that's expensive. And then the other thing is, once you've done about maybe 8, 10 shows around the country, you've kind of toured the whole country.
Right.
Whereas America, you can tour the entire year and not play the same place. So I think in that respect, it's really healthy for bands because you can get out there and tour. Whereas in Australia, it's really hard to be an original band and tour and sort of you can't go back to the same place every month. It's just,
right.
It's kind of where you're not going to get the crowd to come back. So I think that in that respect, I think it's a lot. It's better for bands probably here. I think there's some great bands coming out of Australia though. Not to say that's not the case.
Right.
There's a lot of great music. Maybe it's because of those hardships that bands have to go through that kind of goes into the music. So you've really got to be serious about it to make it work.
So how long have you guys been together as a band?
This band itself has been together for 3 years or more. Yeah, somewhere around that. But we've been writing songs for a long time, and I think finally we kind of got the recipe right as far as the music goes. It takes a long time to get it right.
So what kind of tips would you give to those novice musicians out there, or kids just starting out? Or
my first thing
We're talking about that today.
Yeah, my thought is that you really have to be 100% about the songs and focusing on that, and don't put too much of your time into things like marketing and networking and that kind of stuff, because of course you do need other contacts out there because you can't do it all on your own. But if you just spend a whole bunch of time on getting your CD in front of people, chances are you're not spending enough time on the music itself. And in the end, you may get your album in front of Mr. Big from Mr. Big Records, but if the songs aren't good, it won't mean anything anyway. They're not going to care, and they get 1 million albums sent to them. So I think that it's a great, we're a good example of it in that it's a great time for bands to just do their own music, put it up on the internet, and people will find it. We'd sold 45,000 copies on iTunes of our first single before we even signed to a label.
Wow.
With no marketing, with nothing at all, just a few radio stations playing. So, that was the sweet thing for us because we focused on getting the music to the point where we were really happy with it. And that's the main thing. And I think also, and don't expect it to come quickly or easily. Come easy. Because it's the altitude affecting my brain. Because the thing is, just when you think you're getting somewhere, you've probably got another 5 years of hard work, serious. And then after those 5 years, you've probably got another couple of years. It's one of the, everyone wants to be in a band. There's so much competition, and you've really got to, it's like a war of attrition to get there. You've just got to get so good at your craft, I think, to get somewhere. And there's always some bands that crack it when they're 18, so screw them.
Yeah. So speaking of the whole marketing thing, how did you guys get involved with this project?
I think they contacted us, and it worked in great because it's a great cause. And we were playing a show last night.
At the Fillmore?
At the Fillmore. It was our last show of the tour. So it's like a perfect fit.
Right.
Yeah.
So what happens next after this tour?
This is the last show of this tour. So we've got 3 weeks off or so.
Yep.
So we're going back home for a bit, and then we come back to LA in mid-April.
Yep.
And then we'll do the video clip for our next song, and then we're doing a headline tour straight after that.
Sounds good.
And we're back in Colorado Springs on June 1st.
June 1st? All right.
Yeah, so
So everyone at home make note of
plug
that.
come out, people.
You guys want to plug anything else, like your
June 1st.
album?
Well, our new album is out.
Yeah.
It came out about a month ago, so I mean, if anybody's interested, feel free. But I'm not going to push it on you because that's the worst thing. I really hate when bands talk about their own music and push it on people. So we have an album out. That's all I'll say.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
The Red Headed Zombie Show appreciates it. This is CJ signing out. Thank you.